Hello, and welcome to another BTFO. Today we're going to be doing January catch up with Mercy and 28 years later, the Bone Temple. So we'll start with Mercy, and probably to no one's surprise, it's not that good. It's not. I don't know. I wouldn't say that it's the worst thing ever. It's nowhere near there. Like, it does have a somewhat compelling story, um, and it tries to have interesting twists. They don't make a lot of sense. A lot of the plot elements don't really make a lot of sense because at its core, Mercy really feels like it was written by someone going, well, god damn it, just let me write my story. And someone else just kept asking them questions and they were like, no, I don't want to answer that. Because, you'd think that, they set it up as the Mercy system is a version of a judicial court that acts as judge, jury, and executioner and operates under the presumption that you are guilty and you have an hour and a half to prove your innocence before the saw chair trap kills you. Cause yeah, I couldn't believe that they wrote in there, they were like, fine, I guess you can't have AI kill people, so we'll just say that the chair will kill you in an hour and a half. And the AI can technically release you from the chair, but it can't kill you itself. The chair will kill you. And it's like, no, guy, that's, it's like, come on, Asimov's 3 laws aren't that hard. If they're allowing a human to come to harm, that's the same as killing them. It gets really annoying where they just keep adding more human elements to the Mercy system. She just becomes more and more human throughout the film, and it's guys, I think you should probably address that, yeah, that's a really bad idea if you're AI that's supposed to be your impartial judge is becoming more and more sentient. That's a really bad thing. And it gets really cringy when at one point in the film they Chris Pratt presents some it's like a weird moral quandary or something, which would obviously, the AI's response would obviously just be like, well, yeah, I didn't have that information, so I made the best call that I could at the time. But the movie has it glitch out, and it acts like it's gonna break down because it can't handle this moral quandary, and it's no, that's not why. That's just lazy. That's not what an AI would do. And so, I don't know, the film basically operates like Searching or Missing, I think was the awful sequel to Searching. Sequel in a sense, because I think that one says that Searching, the actual movie, is a movie in their timeline. But anyways, yeah, Missing was bad. This isn't a whole lot better, because it's just I don't know, man, they just casually throw out that, well, yeah, in order for this to work, the Mercy AI has access to everyone's phone, every online record, every camera in the city of LA, and also there are restricted zones of LA that you're not allowed to freely travel into or out of. Also the police force is on drones and stuff, and it's guys, that's a really terrible system that you've made. They're like, well, yeah, but, through the Mercy Court, it executed 18 people, and crime has dropped by 68%. And it's like, yeah, that's really not good. And yeah, like, especially with the last twist where it's like, oh, yeah, so the first guy that they, like, did a mercy trial to, I guess he was just retarded. Because he very easily could have said, okay, well, I was actually at this location at this time. Are there any cameras in that area? And it would have proven that, oh yeah, he was there. But no, I guess he just didn't do that. He was just retarded and sat there for an hour and a half and then died. And it's like, oh, that's fucking weird. But yeah, and the only other thing that I will say was really bizarre for me, because I like Parks and Rec quite a bit, and obviously, like, there's a connection with Chris Pratt being there, but the news anchor, that thing, the same Bert Hapley voice, like, throughout the whole thing, and it's so bizarre because, like, the exposition he's giving is supposed to be taken seriously. Like, these are tense moments that you are supposed to feel like, actual, like, suspense and tension, but it's really undercut by the fact that it's Bert Hapley. So yeah, I found that absolutely bizarre. So yeah, I would not recommend Mercy. But speaking of bizarre things, let's move to 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Which I guess I've seen little snippets of, like, interview quotes and stuff where I guess Nia DaCosta, the director for this film, I guess she really likes The Last Jedi, which is apparent. I don't think that Bone Temple is nearly as bad as The Last Jedi. It's almost, like, because of its grounded stakes, it doesn't really have the opportunity to do any, like, retarded space chase or hyperspace kamikaze or anything like that. And it really doesn't mess around with too many pre-established characters, so it doesn't have the opportunity to do any of, like, the Luke stuff in The Last Jedi. But much like how Rian Johnson made The Last Jedi as its own movie with its own beginning, middle, and end, and where, like, I actually don't think if you go from 28 years later to whatever they're going to end up calling the third one in this trilogy, if that happens, because this one did not do very well at the box office, and neither did 28 years later, so we'll see if they make a third one or if they just give up. But, like, if you just went from one to the other, if you skip Bone Temple, you're really not going to miss all that much. You'll just go, oh, I guess Spike went from being with the Jimmies to, like, he went and found Jim. Like, that's it. That's the only thing that really changes. Like, I guess you might be like, oh, I guess Samson's, like, a normal guy now. Because I guess that is probably the biggest thing that this film changes, is Samson, the alpha from the last film, throughout this film, Dr. What's-His-Face, he cures him, which is a little bit of, like, oh, really? Like, no one, especially when it's like, oh, he, like, drugged him a bunch with morphine and then gave him antipsychotics. And the film acts as though, well, yeah, nobody thought to use antipsychotics. Like, they just kept treating it like an infection rather than, like, the fact that it was introducing psychosis. And it's like, oh, Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know that that was a good decision to go, yep, that's what happened. Um, but then, like, Dr. Kelson, that's his name, him and Jimmy are easily the, like, best parts of this film, and they're kind of the core of this film, where Jimmy, he's taken control in this world, kind of like his twisted worldview. And then, like, Dr. Kelson, you get to kind of see how, like, he's trying to kind of bring the past back, but at the same time, he's just kind of content with living his life. But, like, unfortunately, neither of them are going into the sequel. Like, instead, the only character that's going into the sequel is Spike. And I guess, Cora, Chelsea, Katie. I don't know. I don't remember her name, but one of the Jiminas. She's going into the next one because they find Jim from the first one at the end. And yeah, and it's like, oh, okay. I guess we'll see where that goes. As the middle part of the trilogy, it does feel really weird, where the last one ended with, oh, Spike's dad is going to go find him, and Spike was like, yeah, I'm going to go off into that world to, like, try and be a man. And then this film is like, yeah, the whole time Spike was with the Jimmies, he was like, oh, this is too hardcore for me. I can't handle this. I'm a little baby. Wah, wah, wah. And, like, that's it. And it's like, oh. Okay, so I imagine that the next film probably isn't gonna have, like, Spike's dad find him, and he's like, no, I'm a little pussy boy. Like, take me back to the island. I can't do this, Dad. Like, you know, I would imagine that it's gonna be more or less like, look, Dad, I'm fine, I made it. It's like, yeah, you made it because of everyone else's decisions around you and not your own. But yeah, I don't know, it's a weird movie. Like I said, like, Kelson and Jimmy, they're really enjoyable. I kind of wish that it had just been about them. Like, you know, I don't know. I feel like the whole Spike subplot is like this character that they were told, which is weird because I'm pretty sure it's, I can't remember now if it's Alex Garland that wrote this one or if this one was, no, this one was written by Danny Boyle, but not directed, whereas the last one was Alex Garland written and directed by Danny Boyle. So, I don't know, this one just kind of, it feels like Danny Boyle was like, I don't really care about Spike, though, like Alex. Like, I'm just gonna kind of ignore him through most of my plot, and you can pick back up with him on the next one. And it's like, oh, okay, I feel like it should probably be a bit more coherent than that, but alright, like, that was a choice that you made. And so, yeah, weirdly enough, I think I would recommend the Bone Temple, like, just because the interplay between Jimmy and Kelson is pretty good, and, like, that takes up most of the movie, is their stories. Like, Spike really doesn't matter throughout this movie, and so I would kind of recommend it. I don't think it's going to be, like, good long term. Like, I don't know, the 28 franchise is a really weird one at this point, where it's like, oh yeah, I mean, I'd recommend 28 Days Later. Then I guess I'd recommend Bone Temple, but I'd almost recommend Bone Temple as its own thing, like, not a part of the franchise. Like, I think you're probably best off going, yeah, I don't know anything about this. But yeah, that's basically it. So, don't go see Mercy. I guess give Bone Temple a chance if you want to. But yeah, that's gonna be it for today. So bye bye.